Hi guys, I'm Vanny and welcome to Snake Nook. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to Summer's story, and also I'm going to go a little bit into the spider ball python morph and talk about the wobble just a little bit. And hopefully that will help you guys understand why I took an interest in Summer when I saw him at the pet store. So a little bit of background about the spider ball python morph. Back in 2018, the International Herpetological Society prohibited the sale of spider ball pythons in their shows. The controversy was all over the reptile world. The spider ball python has a neurological condition that cannot be bred out of the spider ball pattern. So some people were taking sides. Some people were for breeding spider ball pythons because of what the morph does in terms of colors and patterning. And then others were saying that it was cruel to breed spider ball pythons because of what the disorder does, or how it keeps the snake from living a full healthy life. In early 2019, I took an interest in getting my own ball python. And because I was getting information, watching videos, reading different sources, and I came across the spider ball python morph and heard all of these things, the two sides, I just decided to stay away. I thought the best thing for me was just to acquire a normal ball python. And in late 2019, I got a pastel normal. And then I just decided to continue learning more about ball pythons, and over the next couple years, I would then keep a few more ball pythons. Again, just staying away from the spider morph, even though I really liked the patterning, the colors, how the morph looked on the snake overall. So what I learned when I was reading about the spider ball python morph was that back in 1999, the morph was introduced and breeders and keepers alike were drawn by the spider morph potential. You see, this morph is a dominant trait characterized by a pattern alteration where the distribution of dorsal melanophores is altered. So what that does is that it forms a web-like mesh. And that's where the controversy is, because that particular pattern comes with the spider wobble. And what is that? The spider wobble is when the ball python has a head tremble or the head shakes. So what happens here is that the ball python, the spider ball python, is born with a central nervous system disorder. And that's what causes the head tremble known as the spider wobble. Unfortunately, the severity of the spider wobble varies greatly between each snake. Some snakes can have just a mild wobble that don't cause any major or substantial issues for the snake. And for others, it can be so severe that the snake may have to be euthanized, just depending on the severity of the condition. And so what the spider wobble does is that it affects motor control, like coordination, and also the riding reflex. So what that means is when the snake may flip on its side or on its back, it may not have the ability to right itself or bring itself back right side up. Another thing that I learned about the spider morph is that the wobble can affect how they eat. So for the spider ball python, live prey may not be an option. You will have to feed the spider ball python pre-kill or frozen thawed because they just lack that motor coordination that they need for an effective strike. And now back to Summer's story. A few weeks ago, we were at our local PetSmart picking up some pet supplies, and I went into the reptile section. I was actually looking for hides, and I saw a spider ball python on display for sale, and I hadn't seen one in a long time, not displayed at a pet store. And my first thought was, what would be its fate? You see, ball pythons are known as being beginner level snakes. Sometimes pet stores or even breeders don't tell you about the challenges that the spider morph comes with, such as feeding challenges, or that these snakes may get stressed out more easily than a regular ball python. They don't explain the wobble. And when I was there at the store, I decided to ask one of the associates to let me see the snake. I wanted to see it, I wanted to look at it more closely. Unfortunately, PetSmart is still not letting you hold an animal before you determine if you're going to purchase it or not. I was not able to assess the severity of the wobble at the time, but I was concerned to just leave it there, and we just decided that we have gained some experience over the last few years keeping ball pythons, and so we thought at least this beautiful little creature will come home with us, and it will not be bred, it will not be used in a project because we're not breeders. Summer will be a loved pet snake in this family, and as I continue my snake keeper experiences, I will update you on how Summer is doing. Summer and I want to thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye.